You don't deserve it.
It's a strange thing, but some people actually resent traffic signs and traffic laws.
Well, we resent you being here.
Cramps their style. They figure rules are for the other fellow, not for good drivers like themselves.
They're communists.
Here's one like that. Robert Bainbridge.
Bainbridge? From Meridian High?
Yeah.
Oh, I know him. I ran against him on the track team.
Well, do you know him like this?
No! No! Ah! Dear God, who are you? What are you?
I'm gonna go throw myself in the thresher.
I'm sorry, dear.
Yeah.
Even with sensible, safe driving
Show the
people on a highway
wabbit.
as
Show
smooth
the
as silk,
wabbit.
with no traffic lights and no intersections to worry about. You might wonder, what is the danger we keep talking about? Well, here's one danger.
Kidnapping.
Fatigue. On long trips, fatigue is a big hazard.
Oh.
You should stop at least once every hour. Get out, stretch your legs,
Take some
get
bennies.
those cobwebs out of your head.
I gave him this.
Weariness slows down your reactions. And at 60 miles an hour or better, you can't afford it.
My life is a lie. Oh.
Don't love you, Martha.
Oops.
Now they're Mon Pa Topper.
And here is still another danger. Lack of attention to the road. Sure, it's an open highway. Maybe there aren't many cars.
Yeah, and I buried the victims right over
It
there.
only takes
Right
two
there.
to tango. 40% of all expressway accidents involve a car that has already stopped.
Driven by this guy.
On the road, part way on, or not far enough off. This is an invitation.
Look at that over there. There's some more of it, that thing.
Talk, Mr. President. Please, what for your boy?
Whoa! Almost ran over Kissinger. I'm gonna have to go back.
Here is another hazard of our superhighways that we patrolmen see all too often.
Women drivers.
Every time you have to hit your brakes hard,
Saints
ask
cry.
yourself, why weren't you ready for the danger that suddenly developed?
40% of all accidents are caused by women's hinders.
Car suddenly pulls out without looking. It's always sudden, of course, and always surprising.
But never dull.
A man who decides at the last moment to make a
Grandma, no!
the entering car that fails to yield the right of way.
The paid assassin cruising through town.
Well, sure, the other fellow's often wrong. And if he causes the crash, it's all his fault. But you may be dead just the same.
Would you please leave?
In a lot of accidents, it's pretty hard to tell just who is to blame, isn't it, Hal?
I ask you to talk.
Impossible to tell sometimes. But there's one
I want
kind of
my
accident where there's
din-dins.
never a single doubt. What's that? At a railroad crossing. Yep. The train sure has the right of way.
Yeah, whatever.
You know, the railroad's been here for almost 4 generations. Every farm family in these parts uses the railroad to ship their crops. We all like to ride the train.
I like to pretend I'm an engineer.
But why is it so many people don't see the trains at the crossings?
It seems impossible that anyone could fail to see or hear a train in motion.
What train?
The locomotive is certainly big enough, and the train of cars behind it may be as much as a mile long. And yet, many people who have lived through a crossing accident will say, where did the train come from?
That's what they say.
I never saw it until it was right on top of me. Where did it come from?
None of your beeswax.
Well, it came on the rails. It couldn't come from anywhere else.
Duh.
But if you paid no attention to the signs,
I hear it.
didn't look, and didn't listen,
And you deserve to
then to
die.
you it came out of nowhere. An approaching train starts the signal while it is still some distance away. Never try to guess how far away. Don't guess at all. And don't be impatient.
And don't get a haircut
because
like
the
that.
train's coming, and it can't stop.
Trains are blameless, holy creatures.
I have no feelings for you.
What?
This is a loveless relationship. I want out.
What?
I'm repulsed by your touch.
What?
Let me out right here. I hate you.
Ding, 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 ding.
Signal in action means that a condition of fatal danger exists at this moment at this crossing. Maybe the last train you waited for was a slow freight. It took several minutes to cross. But the next one may be a fast freight, eyeballing to the coast on a tight schedule.
It has no time to stop for you corn-shucking crackers.
Remember that many freight trains today are faster than passenger trains of 15 years ago.
Wow!
Many crossings have more than one set of tracks, each one a separate hazard. When you cross,
Floss.
make sure all tracks are clear.
Don't trust anyone. Turn your back on hope and love.
Yes, don't let a double track double-cross you.
Ha ha ha, little train joke.
Stop, look, and listen, the crossbuck says. All right,
Drop and roll.
let's listen.
Okay,
As
now
this
stop.
train approaches, let's see how close it comes before we hear it.
I think it would go something like this.
Wait for it.
Any moment.
And... I'm the impish officer of death.
Now, where did that train come from?
The station?
Where does any train come from? Comes on the rails, of course.
Durhay.
And who gets killed at the crossing?
We all do.
Someone who's crossed that same track at the same place 1,000 times before.
I'm making
But just
choo-choos
one
in my
time.
pants.
One time is all it takes.
Quit kissing up.